How does the idea of Deathless 96 exit? How does that hit you? How does that sound? Do you think that sounds like really terrifying? Do you think like, holy cow, I don't think I could ever beat the game Deathless 100%? Just vanilla Mario World. If that sounds terrifying, then that's your first step, is to get good enough in the abstract that a Deathless 96 exit is probably not that bad. You know, and you don't have to be so strict about it. 5 deaths would be great too, right? Deathless no way? Okay, cool. Then where you should start, and this might not be the most splendid answer or the exciting one, but if you really want to start, then start with some standard hacks. Play the vanilla game, play something that isn't necessarily Kaizo, because Kaizo is just the fundamentals expressed. If you want, play this. All you gotta do is platforming, right? This is actually easy, like in terms of what you need to do, right? What you need to know in order to beat this. But the execution, splendidly difficult. So what you really want to do is learn how to ride your bike, right? Kaizo is applying what you've learned. So my advice would be to play some fun standard hacks, or maybe play some Learn. There's a Learn to Kaizo, or there's also to Learn to Kaizo. I know it's really confusing. Both of those are great for just teaching you information, but not as good for getting you to apply that information. If Quickie World 1, Quickie World 2 are both excellent choices, common beginner hacks, but you're gonna get your butt ripped on Soft-Ring Castle, like everybody does, to Rite of Passage. But really, if you want my real advice, this is the advice I give to everybody that asks this kind of question, is you'll become such a powerful, strong player if you work on your fundamentals and then you take it to Kaizo. Kaizo is just the application of particular skills. You gotta learn the scales and stuff before you can shred, you know. You gotta learn how to ride your bike before you go down Bob Burnquist's super mega ramp. So, you know, the better you are at riding your skateboard, the more confident you're gonna be. And you're not going to have as much frustration. Because one thing that I think gets lost in the conversation about Kaizo and learning Kaizo is that you ought to win. You ought to play something that you can actually win. I don't mean that like shade. I mean that like it's so fantastically difficult, and there's a never-ending parade of really, really, really tough stuff that's always going to be in your face. And once you beat one thing, you can turn around and beat something harder until the point that you're playing just like an impossible god that the world has never seen before. And so, because of that, you should get yourself a win. Think of it like ice skating. In order to be a really good hockey player, in order to even approach the game of hockey, you have to first be a really talented ice skater. Kaizo is hockey, and moving Mario is ice skating. You know, you're not gonna be a good hockey player if you're bad at skating backwards. You're just gonna get knocked down, and you might not get up again. So, you know, I really, if you just want to conquer some tough hacks and have fun, go for Quickie World, go for Kaizo. Play some tough stuff and, you know, get your face melted and have a good time. If you want to really improve the skill, you know, and develop like serious skill, if you want to learn a song on your guitar, you can do that right now without having to learn how the whole thing works. If you want to learn how to play, then you got to start somewhere else, right? So you just kind of pick your path. I don't mean to make it like a pressure situation or like only the good players, you know, you're not good or cool unless you do this way. It's just for fun. This is just, in particular, how I have fun. GG. Win. That practice paid off. Whew. Yeah. Yes. It's done. Oh my god, it's done. Oh my god, it's done. Yeah, that's the retrograde 8. Yeah. Thanks for the G's. I really appreciate that. Y'all are kind.